And thank you all for coming this evening. I guess tonight I won't be Mr. Fun. I'll be the captain. This Hall of Fame honor for me is a special moment to me, and I can share it with my family tonight and many of my friends that are here. Congratulations to all the 2019 NASCAR Hall of Fame inductees. You know, this is a historic class, and it embodies the fabric of NASCAR. I've always been a Jeff Gordon fan. He's made a monumental impact on NASCAR as a driver, as a broadcaster, and a leader. Congratulations, Jeff. Alan Quick, as we saw tonight, was a true racer. He did it all. He was a true icon and obviously a great champion. I've got great memories of Davey Allison. He was a special friend of mine and a championship caliber driver. Davey had a bright future when we tragically lost him in 1993. I also want to congratulate my Michigan team owner, Jack Roush. Jack, it's been a pleasure to compete and race against your teams over the years. I have a lot of respect for Jack, both on and off the track. And I'm sure I speak for my fellow inductees when I thank Winston Kelly and the Hall of Voting team panel that made it possible for me to be here tonight. You know, racing has been part of my life as long as I can remember. It's a common thread woven throughout our Penske businesses. Racing is simply who we are. The lessons we learn in racing drive our success in business, and the exposure by NASCAR is a source of pride that builds our brand and our entire organization. I first became involved in NASCAR in the 1960s, and since then, I've experienced so many different levels as a driver, as a team owner, as a track owner, and working with our partners to grow the sport. Early on, I learned that working with the right people and building partnerships was the key to success. I'm also thankful for the association with the France family over the years. Of course, without Big Bill France, there wouldn't be NASCAR or obviously a Hall of Fame. We all appreciate his dedication and leadership as he built stock car racing here in the U.S. Bill France Jr. took our sport to new directions and carried his father's vision forward. Bill Jr. was a great leader, and he was a close friend. I also want to thank Jim and Brian, Lisa, and Ben for their leadership and dedication to NASCAR, and also your friendship over the years. Thank you, Mike Helton. You helped guide NASCAR through the golden age of the sport, and your focus and passion continue to keep us on the right path. When I think back to my early days in NASCAR, we certainly have come a long way. One of my fondest memories as a driver was winning at Riverside International Raceway in 1963. There were some challenges that day, but I was rewarded with a win. When I say rewarded, the purse was $3,300 and a Rolex watch. Pretty big deal in those days, let me tell you. Unfortunately, NASCAR and USAC were real competitors at that time because they believed that I crossed the boundary between the two sanctioning bodies. USAC fined me $250 and also suspended me for 30 days. So my lone race win as to NASCAR came certainly as a cost. Our next big win for our young team also came at Riverside, where Mark Donohue drove the AMC Matador to victory in 1973. That really opened the door for us in stock car racing. It was also during the 1970s that I learned about the officiating in NASCAR. After Bobby Allison won the Ontario 500 in 1974, NASCAR officials determined that our Matador had some infractions. So in post-race inspection, they fined me $9,100. Rumor had it that 9100 was the tail number on the NASCAR airplane that weekend. I guess it's a great way to settle officiating, isn't it, today? Not sure that that was really right, but again, it sounded pretty good. That wasn't my first encounter, by the way, with NASCAR officials, and I'm sure certainly won't be my last. After spending a few years away from NASCAR in the late 1970s, we returned to the sport in 1980 with our young driver, Rusty Wallace. We didn't compete again until 1991. We won 2 races with Rusty. We won again in 1992. Then we won 10 races in 1993. You know, we never look back. We've enjoyed so many special moments in NASCAR. In 2008, one of our biggest wins came as an organization in the 50th running of the Daytona 500, when Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch finished 1-2, our first victory in the Great American Race. 2010, we won our first NASCAR championship with Brad Keselowski and the 22 team when they captured the Xfinity Series title. Our 2012 team saw a culmination of years of hard work when we won the series championship with Brad, crew chief Paul Wolf, and the Miller Lite team. And in 2015, we earned our second Daytona 500 victory with Joey Logano. Today, I'm proud to say that our team is the strongest it's ever been. And last season was our best in our 52-year history at Team Penske. Brad and Paul teamed up to win our second Southern 500 victory. They followed that up with our first victory in the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis, and then they gave us, our organization's 500th win in Las Vegas. In our first ever race on the Charlotte Roval, Ryan Blaney and crew chief Jeremy Bullins earned us a win. And of course, we closed the season with our second Cup Series title with Joey and crew chief Todd Gordon winning with the Shell Pennzoil Ford in dramatic fashion at Homestead, Miami. With Brad, Joey, and Ryan, we certainly have 3 of the best drivers in the sport. And with world-class mechanics and engineers and pit crews, led by some of the smartest minds in NASCAR and supported by our innovative and hardworking team members back in Mooresville, we know we can contend for Xfinity and Cup wins and series championships every single season. As proud as I am of our past success, I'm just as proud and excited about where we're headed. Along with our history and our team's competition in NASCAR, I'm also proud of how we help the sport as track owners. In 1973, we took over the bankrupt Michigan International Speedway. We built that track into one of the best facilities in motorsports. Our goal at that time was to host the largest sporting event in the state of Michigan. We accomplished that goal in the early 1980s with crowds in excess of 105,000. It was clear that racing needed a strong presence in Southern California in order to realize NASCAR's real potential. So we began building the California Speedway in 1995. It was great to see how that track has continued to grow now as the Auto Club Speedway. As NASCAR continued to expand into other markets, we worked with ISC through a merger in 1999 for them to take over operations of our track in Michigan, in California, Miami, Rockingham, and Nazareth. So you can see our heritage goes deep in NASCAR. I know that without the help and dedication of so many people, this honor would not be possible. But our team has been very fortunate to work with some of the best manufacturers in the history of NASCAR, including all of the big 3. When we began competing in the sport, we partnered with General Motors through Pontiac. I'd like to thank tonight Mark Royce and his team for their commitment to NASCAR. We switched to Dodge in 2003 and won the Cup Series title in 2012. Since 2013, we've been honored to race with Ford Performance. Everyone at Team Penske was thrilled to win the series championship this past season with Joey Logano carrying the Ford Blue Oval. I want to say a personal thanks to my friend Edsel Ford, Joe Hendricks, Jim Farley, and Marsh Rushbrook for their continued commitment to Team Penske. Congratulations to Bob Carter and David Wilson and their team from Toyota for their continued success in NASCAR. They've really helped us raise the bar. I also want to thank all of our Team Penske partners. As we all know, as said earlier tonight, is the fuel that keeps the wheels turning in motorsports. We now have 45 partners, and the average length of those relationships is 12 years. Think about that in today's business landscape. I want to say a special thanks to Bud Denker and Jonathan Gibson and their teams for what they do to help deliver the return on investment for all of our partners. And my good friend Les Richter meant so much to our team and our opportunities in NASCAR. After his Pro Football Hall of Fame career, Les brought a keen business acumen to motorsports. He was our partner in IROC, and along with my son Greg, Les was instrumental in helping us build and manage the California Speedway. Jay and Barbara Signori were also key in the growth and success of our team in the 1970s and later in the International Race of Champions Series. Thank you, Jay. And of course, we have many people who worked with us, many great drivers and true legends who helped raise the sport and raise our game. Mark Donohue won 60 races with Team Penske in his career, but his lone win in NASCAR was really a catalyst for us in 1973. Two members of the NASCAR Hall of Fame helped us build the foundation for our team. Bobby Allison competed with us for 4 years in the 1970s. One of the true NASCAR stars, he brought instant credibility to our team and to our success. And of course, I've got to thank my good friend Rusty Wallace. He elevated our performance for 15 years, earning 37 victories and 27 poles in over 500 starts. Thank you, RW. A few more NASCAR Hall of Famers made a lasting impact on me and on our team. Glenn and Leonard Wood are pioneers of this sport. We appreciate the opportunity to continue to collaborate with the Woods brothers today. And all of us give our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Glenn's recent passing. Richard Petty and Dale Inman made a remarkable impact on NASCAR of one of the greatest driver and crew chief combinations and innovators the sport has ever seen. There was a good reason why Richard was and always will be considered the king. Thank you, Richard Childress. You have built RCR into a NASCAR powerhouse and obviously developed one of the biggest legends in our sport in Dale Earnhardt Sr. Rick Hendrick. His team has really set the standard for all of us competing in NASCAR today. Rick and I share a love of racing and all things automotive. I have a lot of respect for you, Rick. All you have done accomplished both on and off the track. Walt Zarnicki has been my partner in business and racing for over 48 years. Thank you, Walt, for being with me on this journey. I want to thank Dan Luganville for everything he's done for our team. Dan opened up so many doors for us and partners and new relationships in the early days. For many years, Don Miller was the driving force for our team. His leadership was crucial in our growth and success. Today, Tim Cindric is the president of Team Penske. Tim's vision and his clear direction have allowed us to soar to new heights in NASCAR and all the series where we compete. Thank you, TC. Thank you, Mike Nelson and Travis Geisler, for really elevating the standard of professionalism and the success among all of our NASCAR teams. And thanks to all the Team Penske members who have worked with us over the years. Our human capital is the secret ingredients to our success. I appreciate all the efforts and sacrifices our team members and their families make each and every day so that we can race to win. Of the 500 people we have at Team Penske today, guess what? 25% of them have been with us longer than 10 years. I've always believed that continuity with our people gives us the strength to succeed and win. Certainly, I want to thank my family for all their love and support. Roger Jr., Greg, Mark, Jay, and Blair. Kathy and I are so proud of you, and thank you for being part of our team. Kathy, thank you for always being the crew chief and traveling alongside me down this road. I love you and can't wait to continue our journey together. Finally, all of us are shaped by our parents. And I want to acknowledge the lessons and impact my parents made on me and helped me through my life. They taught me about the importance of integrity, the importance of character, and the importance of hard work. My dad had a saying, effort equals results. It's a saying we use with our 66,000 employees every single day. In fact, I carry a coin with me with that message. I have one with me tonight. It's always a reminder to me where I came from and where I'm going. Thank you again for this special Hall of Fame honor. Enjoy the evening, and we'll see you at the track. Thank you.